tribute to my former mentor and great friend, Dr. Ken Leistner. Probably around 1987, I first started going to Ken in Valley Stream. I had known him through reading his articles in Powerlifting USA. I had some low back problems. I said if anyone could help me, it'd be this guy. And sure enough, he did. Him and Kevin Tolbert put me through a couple of workouts. It was unlike anything I had ever done. And a couple of weeks later, I was feeling good. Soon after that, the police department called, and I was on that roller coaster ride for the next 25 years. Shortly into my police career, I answered an ad in the paper for barbell equipment. And lo and behold, it was Dr. Ken who was selling it. So I picked up some stuff from my house. I was living at my parents at the time. And he talked me into coming back and doing some strength training on a regular basis with him. Well, he put it on me. And he always tried his hardest to get me to vomit. The secret was, I knew enough when he showed me on my original visit that there were puke buckets all over the gym. So I knew enough not to eat before I went there. So he never really got me to throw up anything of substance, but there was plenty of dry heaving. I think his greatest moment in regards to training me was when he got me to be so exhausted that I passed out and instantly went into snoring. Something I don't remember because I was unconscious, but apparently everyone around me had a great laugh. So if you're up there, Ken, I hope you're laughing about that right now. It's not forgotten. Dr. Ken's training was something you had to put, it was all about effort. You had to put everything you had into every set, into every rep. But those lessons weren't just to make you a better athlete, they were to make you a better person. And they helped me in my police career to get to the pinnacle of police work, the Emergency Service Unit, which is the NYPD SWAT Rescue Team. And also his training helped me to become a champion boxer for the NYPD boxing team. Many times I was down going into the final round, but knowing what I was capable of through Dr. Ken's training, it made me turn the corner, because a lot of people were better skilled than me, a lot of people, were better athletes, but mentally and physically tough through Dr. Ken's training, there's nothing like it. When you get through one of those workouts, the ones he used to do, you can accomplish anything. I'm just truly sad every day that he's no longer in my life, but his memory will live on with me forever. I bless everyone involved with the Memorial Scholarship Fund, and the Leistner family is forever in my prayers.
I started strength training with Dr. Ken back in 2010 for football and for wrestling. As a result of Dr. Ken's training, I became a 3-time All-State football player, a New York State wrestling champion. I attended and graduated Princeton University while playing varsity football there, and ultimately I attended law school and am now a practicing lawyer in New Jersey. I don't think any of those things would have happened had I not met Dr. Ken. And it was an extremely fortuitous meeting. It was actually an opposing team's football coach who put me into contact with Doc. As many people know, you don't just walk into Dr. Ken's gym to train with him, you have to interview with him first. Even though it was intimidating at first, I realized Dr. Ken didn't just train people with athletic talent, he wanted to train people who had a good head on their shoulders, who cared about academics and had good character. And that's because that's the way Dr. Ken lived in his own life. Although I was intimidated at first, my friendship with Doc and his family grew very quickly as I realized he was a man of wit, humor, kindness, and service. Dr. Ken went above and beyond what anyone else had done in my life to put me in a position to succeed. In addition to giving me grueling strength training, where I'd become stronger than I had at any other point in my life, Dr. Ken went above and beyond by speaking to my coaches at the collegiate and high school level, by constantly giving updates to my family, by even going as far as bringing me on my first college football recruiting trip and hosting my head coach in his home for dinner with my family. As anyone knows, Dr. Ken will give you the world as long as you put in good effort and work hard. Dr. Ken did that for me. It's hard to encapsulate his legacy in a short video, but he's the type of person that would have loved to have a scholarship at his name, as he was a person who was constantly giving back to his community. I'm extremely grateful for having Dr. Ken and his entire family in my life and everything they've done for me.
When I was a student athlete here at Malverne, Dr. Ken Leistner was assistant football coach. During my 4 years of high school football, Dr. Ken was very inspirational to my career. Dr. Ken taught the importance of education. Dr. Ken taught the importance of discipline, dedication, and hard work. I was also fortunate to know that Dr. Ken coached my dad, so there's a little history there. By no surprise, I'm in the weight room, because myself and Dr. Ken spent a lot of time in this weight room. He also taught the importance of what's to condition and lift weights if you're going to be a stellar athlete. Along my career, Dr. Ken was by my side. Him and his wife, Kathy, were very supportive. Dr. Ken always preached the importance of giving back to your community and helping out the youth. By no surprise, Logan University has chosen Dr. Ken to name this scholarship after. I'm honored and flattered to speak on his behalf. Because now, as a varsity football coach, still living in my community, I also feel and believe how important it is to give back to your community and the youth. As a coach, Dr. Ken was very supportive as well. He'd always stop in, email, check to see if I need anything, see if the kids need anything. As long as I can remember, Dr. Ken has always been around and available for me as a student athlete and a coach. I appreciate all the man he's done for me, and I'll always keep Dr. Ken in my heart and my memories, because all he's done for myself and my teammates and the community.
I met Dr. Ken and his wife in 1989 at Malverne High School. He was speaking at a sports awards ceremony. I had a wonderful conversation with him and Kathy, and I also got to hear him speak to the audience, which was awe-inspiring. I trained at his gym in Oceanside, Iron Island, for a few years, and then I was lucky enough to be able to train with him at his home in Valley Stream. I did that for 22 years. I was fortunate that Doc was willing to take me on as a trainee. He also was my chiropractor. I never lifted weights before until I met him, and it was a wonderful experience. I worked really, really hard. I found out that there was a lot of things that I could do on my own, and also there were goals that I was able to meet that I never thought I could. I got stronger, I got healthier, I became a better musician, I became a better teacher. Doc was a mentor and a friend. He read all the time. He was always open to share information about sports and about life. Doc had many, many jobs in his life. He wasn't just a chiropractor and a trainer his whole life. He did many manual labor jobs. He was wonderful with all his trainees. I watched him work with young and old, and people of all types of different fitness levels. Some became professional athletes, and other people like myself just wanted to be healthier. My life was better from training with Doc. Doc was a pioneer in strength training. I learned so much about things that I used to look at, weight machines that he was a designer of, and he was a consultant of. You didn't know that because he wouldn't advertise that, but a lot of the machines and bars and things that you would use, they would often ask him to test and give, his thoughts on how to improve them. Doc was constantly evolving, finding new machines, getting new ones, getting old ones, finding different ways to get you to be healthier. That was the fun process, the whole thing with him. Doc was a wonderful man. He cared about others. He helped young people. He helped old people. He was the guy in the background that was always doing extra for everybody. He's the guy that would collect money, clothes. He's the one that would always do the right thing for somebody. So in the world of weight training, he was one of the best, but more importantly, in the world of good people, he was one of the best.
I had the great honor and privilege of being taught by the great Dr. Ken Leistner back home on Long Island growing up. And, growing up on Long Island, I wanted to be a competitive high school athlete in volleyball and baseball, and Dr. Ken was right there from the start. Starting in the fall of 2012 when I was 13, I got the great honor of working with him. And he told me right from the jump that a little bit of hard work will get you much further than doing a lot of work that isn't very hard. And right then and there, I was ready to put on shoulder pads, put a helmet on, and run through a brick wall. It was just simple words like that that, motivated you to become 1% better each day. And as each training session went on, I quickly realized that I was able to shed all the extracurricular activities outside of the friendly confines of his training facility. Whether it was a bad day at school, a bad day with a test, school stress with standardized tests, college applications, a bad practice, it didn't matter. It just seemed you forgot about everything else around you when you stepped into that facility. That he greeted you with a smile and a joke and told you to warm up and that you were going to work. That was it. It was just the amount of attention, love, and respect that he showed and displayed to every single one of his clients. It was second to none. He treated you like family, whether you have known him for 30 years or 30 seconds. He became your friend like that. And there's no one else can replicate that. Dr. Ken was truly one of a kind, and still is truly one of a kind. That the fact that I was able to learn so much from him from just a small window of 7 years, it was incredible, absolutely incredible. And the lessons that he taught you inside the gym didn't just have to apply to the gym. They could be taught and applied to the outside world as well. Dealing with adversity, giving it your all 100% every single time that you're assigned a task. That was Dr. Ken. That's what he wanted from every single one of us. And, those lessons that he's taught me, I still apply to my daily life today. And I know for a fact that if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be in the spot that I'm in right now. He was the best of the best and still is the best of the best. And I still hear his voice every now and again as well when I'm working out. Just a simple exercise going about my day. I hear his advice in my ear. And no, I really can't say that about anyone else. That Dr. Ken is the best of the best and always will be the best of the best.